One kick, only the keeper to beat.
It's the biggest pressure moment a footballer will ever face.
And it should be the easiest job in the world.
So just why is taking a penalty so stressful?
Get ready for how to take the perfect penalty.
I mean, the best piece of advice is practice. There's a wonderful saying that says, the more I practice, the luckier I get. And it's absolutely true. It's about practice, practice, practice. And what practice does for you is it creates confidence.
Through preparation, you create the outcomes that you want. How through preparation, you create future history. It's through training. It's through getting the mind right. It's developing great routines that are robust under pressure.
You need to be confident in being able to shoot the ball hard and accurate. And so you pick your 4 penalties and you practice and practice and practice.
So you're trying to execute the skill perfectly on a continual basis. What you then want to try and do is actually add pressure to that, pressure to the environment. And I think pressure comes from competition. So actually, if there's a group of you that are playing and you're taking penalties, is to actually compete against one another.
Doesn't mean you hit hundreds and hundreds of balls necessarily. You need to practice in the sorts of conditions where it matters. And you need to simulate pressure. If you have access to a group of other soccer players, well, they can act as the crowd and they can heckle you. And you can set up scenarios where there is something at stake, there is crowd noise, and you're practicing that under some degree of pressure.
It is very difficult to recreate a 40, 50, 60,000 seater stadium full of people where every set of eyes is on you in a penalty shootout. It is, but you can practice your technique and you can put yourself under a little bit of pressure. What I used to do was I used to get the youth team goalkeeper or the reserve team goalkeeper at Southampton, who weren't on particularly great wages back in our days, and I would give them financial incentives to try and save my penalties. Now, I didn't want to be handing over any money to them, so it gave me the incentive to actually focus on what I was doing.
But one thing to do would be to hang a target from the top part of the goal where they intend to practice. They can strike the ball hard and hit that target. The confidence in being able to execute the shot is the first thing.
Well, it's all down to the mental side. Normally, I would always make my decision as I stepped away from the ball. I'd pick a part of the net and focus on the part of the net, not the goal as such.
What I'd like to do and show a player is to actually be able to make those targets for the mind a little bit something more imaginative than just a target. So for example, you can make top left a colour, say the colour white, or bottom left the colour red, or top right the colour yellow, or bottom right the colour green, or centre the colour blue. And it makes it much easier for the mind to hold that picture whilst you're walking back before you take the pen.
I looked at the kind of total amount of penalties in the Premier League over the last 5 seasons, and if you hit it in the top left-hand corner, there was a 100% success rate. It was like between about 30 penalties, I think, and every single one had been successful. Similarly, if you went high centrally and to the right, it was still in the 90%. So if you've got the confidence to hit it high, then that's the way to go. It's less risky to hit it low, but there's a much greater chance of the goalkeeper saving it.
So the routine is something that you would practice on the training ground, and it's the routine of concentration. Because a penalty shootout involves really 3 or 4 main elements, which is your target, having a clear picture of your target, the rhythm, and it can almost become music. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hit, and your connection with the ball. And so it's really mastering 3 disciplines.